tonight. Tell you a couple things. First, if you are here and you've not yet entered into the drawing, we're giving away a couple of books. Maya is ready to write down your name. And we also have a drawing, or no, not a drawing. There's a question for tonight. What's your earliest memory? And Emily will capture your response for that, and she'll read them all for us a little bit later. Maya and Emily are here each week helping us out, so give them a little round of applause. Let's see what else to tell you. Oh, I've been thinking about the weather a little bit. There's a writer named Susan Toth that got me thinking about this. You know, remember how cold it was last week and the week before? Or maybe you've forgotten. Good. But in case you haven't, winter's supposed to be that time of year when our friends and relatives in warmer climates call us up and ask us how we're doing. They hear about our cold and snow on some weather forecast. They watch the Weather Channel way too much. And then they call us to see if we're okay. One good snowstorm usually gets the phone ringing, or if we get those temperatures where it's below zero, people call us up and say, how can you live there? How's that possible? I imagine all those stories, all of us have stories about this happening one way or another. My own favorite came when my sister called a while back. Excuse me. She called to check on me after hearing that it was below zero in Iowa City. I responded by saying I was just going out for a walk. And the response I got sounded similar to the scary sound one would get at a horror film in the movie theater. So, excuse me, seems beyond most people's imagination that people in the warmer climates couldn't imagine us making it here. So one thing I really enjoy is walking through downtown Iowa City on a snowy evening, the snowflakes and the lights. You feel like you're in one of those little snow globes, you know? Susan Toth, who's a native of Iowa and is best known for a book called Blooming, which is about growing up in Ames, wrote a book about the weather. It's called Leaning into the Wind. There are great anecdotes in the book about living through Midwest winters. One is an account of trying to get downtown to see the symphony on a snowy night. Another is a delightfully familiar account of dressing a child to go outdoors. You get them all dressed up, and then they want to go to the bathroom. A third anecdote recalls a walk on an icy morning where every step must be taken with care. Toth admits she's not always enthusiastic about the weather. Sometimes, in fact, she says, I hate it. Then I want to flee. This moment. But in the end, she says, nothing compares with the magic of a Midwest winter. She wouldn't think of living anywhere else. Okay, on to our first performer. Jamie is here, brought her guitar with her, and we'll see what she has for us tonight. Maybe blues, maybe rock, maybe some original tunes from back in the day. We'll find out in a moment. Oh yes, and she wants the stool for her drink. I should have had that. The drink and the stool.
I'm actually going to do covers tonight.
Take a few things away for you.
This over. Okay, hi, I'm Jamie.
Hey, you got a high back. It's a good sign. They're listening.
And as I always say, my pronouns are she and her. I've gotten such a really good,
Oh, there we go.
too loud. Okay. So like I was saying, I've gotten such a good response. When I play covers, I decided to play covers tonight, so I'm playing 3 John Denver songs. Sunshine on My Shoulders, Take Me Home, Country Roads, and Back Home Again. Okay, here Here we go. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give to you a day just like today. And if I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a tale to tell you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. And if I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost always. Sunshine on your shoulders. Yep. Turn the guitar up a little bit. Okay. Is this enough? We'll find out. We'll do the next one. Next one's got a pick. Last two, use a flat pick on. Got to get rid of this cap, right? Okay. Next song I'm going to play is Take Me Home, Country Roads. Capo goes down a fret for this one. And here we go. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, old than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mount Mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mount Mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hours calling me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mount Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mount Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, down country roads, take me home, down country roads. Take me home, country roads. Water, good for what ails you. This one has no capo. Okay, this next one's Back Home Again. There's a storm across the valley, clouds are rolling in, and the afternoon is heavy on your shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away, and the whining of his wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from riding on your prayers up in the sky, and 10 days on the road are barely gone. There's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove, but it's the light in your eyes that makes him warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. Yes, and hi, it's good to be back home again. There's all the news to tell him how you spend your time. What's the latest thing neighbors say? And your mother called last Friday, sunshine made her cry, and you felt the baby move just yesterday. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Oh yes it is. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. All the time that I can lay this tired old body down and feel your fingers feather soft upon me. The kisses that I live for, the love that lights my way. the happiness that living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home, like the fire softly burning and supper on the stove. It's the light in your eyes that makes me warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Oh yeah. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. And hey, it's good to be back home again. I said, hey, it's good to be back home again. Back home again.
Thank you. I have a friend who is in radio and used to play 3 songs by the same artist in a row and called it a starburst cluster. So there we got a starburst cluster of John Denver. Thank you. Uptown Bill's is named for Bill Sachter, who's the guy with the beard in the picture behind me. Bill spent most of his life in a state institution for people with disabilities and came to Iowa City in the 1970s with Barry Morrow. Barry's the guy on the right behind me, your right, with the tie. Barry had been offered a job here, and Barry and his wife Bev had become friends with Bill. A lot of B's in this story, in Minneapolis. And Bill ended up coming when Barry and Bev moved here. It was a struggle to find a job, and the coffee shop is what eventually emerged. Wild Bill's Coffee Shop in North Hall on the university campus. And that's where Bill held forth for the rest of his life. He became famous because his life story was the subject of 2 movies starring Mickey Rooney, who's in the middle of that picture, and a young Dennis Quaid. After the first movie came out, Bill, as I said, became rather famous, and people came to visit him. We grew out of the Wild Bills. We're the community version, Uptown Bills, and we've been at it for 17 years. Next week, we'll start celebrating 16 years of open mic. So we're the second oldest open mic in town. The oldest is at the Mill, which has been going for more than 30 years. Anyway, let's see. I think Beat Prairie is coming up next, but while he's looking over his trumpet, let's have Maya come up and give away a couple of books.
All right, so we're giving away 2 books today. First one is The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. Just going to Jamie. And the other one is This I Believe, which is a compilation of people's personal philosophies. I wrote a speech, This I Believe speech, when I was in 7th grade. I don't know why they didn't contact me to be in this book, but who knows. And then goes to Camilla, I can't say her last name, but.
The Diving Bell and the Butterfly is a story of a man who was in a car accident and was paralyzed, except he could move one eye. And he communicates, works out an alphabetical form with this one eye, and wrote this book about his life and his thoughts. He died shortly after the book was finished, but a fascinating story. Okay, Beat Prairie is here and brought his trumpet tonight. So let's see what's going to happen.
One never knows, do one? I'm Tim, Beat Prairie, and I have a trumpet, and I take trumpet lessons. Well, you know, I spend a lot of time in the basement of my jive hive practicing the trumpet, and sometimes it sounds one way, and sometimes it sounds so. Anyway, no matter what you practice, when you get up here in front of a microphone, no telling what's coming out. Fortunately, I wrote down a couple of songs I learned how to play, so I'm not going to have a big space bubble in my head. Here's a song named Blue Monk. All right. Yeah, we're ready. Well, including a sidetrack off in the weeds. Sometimes you have to wander off. The song's only like 10 bars long, so you have to find something else to do. This song is named, these are like real old songs, like they were old before I was born, so most of you guys weren't even, oh, never mind. It's Old Songs Night. This song is named Goodbye Pork Pie Hat. Talk about the blues. Okay, full stop on that one. Third try is stop and go on to another one. That was just going to be a repeat anyway. The reason I wanted to repeat that is there's a real cool, very old Jimmy guitar blues lick in there from Jimmy, who is that old blues guy? Hello, mama, don't you? Oh, well. Anyway, it's a real good old guitar blues lick in there that I love to play, but if it doesn't play, then never mind. Sorry, let's try this song. It's named Work Song, and if it's not going to come out, then that's it. We'll just go on to next. That's Work Song. Got a real funny, interesting lyric line in it about working so hard on the chain gang, working and doing my time, working so hard on the chain gang because I did a crime. So and on and on and on. But it's an old Nat Adderley tune. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, the first one was a Thelonious Monk tune, which always reminds me now of the punk band, Thelonious Monster. Anybody remember them? I remember having this discussion with my son about where the monster got the title, what they were inspired by. And the second one, is that the funeral song? Was that for Lester Young? Is that right? Okay, Pork Pie Hat. Goodbye, Pork Pie Hat. All right. And who wrote that? Did Charles Mingus wrote the second one? Okay. And you told us about the third one. So, Nat Adderley. Okay. Well, thank you. Let's see. Camilla is up next for something completely different. She's got some poetry, I think, for us. Come on up, and you can use the stool if you wish, or stand, or sit. You could kneel.
I'll just stand. I have two poems. The first one is by Maya Angelou. It's a lesser-known poem that she wrote. It's called A Brave and Startling Truth. We, this people, on a small and lonely planet traveling through casual space, past aloof stars, across the way of indifferent suns, to a destination where all signs tell us it is possible and imperative that we learn a brave and startling truth. And when we come to it, to the day of peacemaking, when we release our fingers from the fists of hostility and allow the pure air to cool our palms, when we come to it, when the curtain falls on the minstrel show of hate and faces sooted with scorn are scrubbed clean, when battlefields and coliseum no longer rake our unique and particular sons and daughters, up with bruised and bloody grass to lie in identical plots in foreign soil. When the rapacious storming of the churches, the screaming racket in the temples have ceased, when the pennants are waving gaily, when the banners of the world tremble stoutly in the good clean breeze, when we come to it, when we let the rifles fall from our shoulders, and children dress their dolls in flags of truce, when landmines of death have been removed, and the aged can walk into evenings of peace, when religious ritual is not perfumed by the incense of burning flesh, and childhood dreams are not kicked awake by nightmares of abuse, when we come to it, then we will confess that not the pyramids with their stones set in mysterious perfection, nor the gardens of Babylon hanging as eternal beauty in our collective memory, not the Grand Canyon, kindled into delicious color by western sunsets, nor the Danube flowing its blue soul into Europe, not the sacred peak of Mount Fuji, stretching to the rising sun, neither Father Amazon nor Mother Mississippi, who, without favor, nurture all creatures in the depths and on the shores. These are not the only wonders of the world. When we come to it, we, this people on this minuscule and kithless globe, who reach daily for the bomb, the blade, and the dagger, yet who petition in the dark for tokens of peace, we, this people on this mote of matter in whose mouths abide cankerous words, which challenge our very existence, yet out of those same mouths come songs of such exquisite sweetness that the heart falters in its labor and the body is quieted into awe. We, this people, on this small and drifting planet whose hands can strike with such abandon that in a twinkling life is sapped from the living. Yet those same hands can touch with such healing, irresistible tenderness that the haughty neck is happy to bow and the proud back is glad to bend. Out of such chaos, of such contradiction, we learn that we are neither devils nor divines. When we come to it, we, this people on this wayward floating body created on this earth, of this earth, have the power to fashion for this earth a climate where every man and every woman can live freely without sanctimonious piety, without crippling fear. When we come to it, we must confess that we are the possible, we are the miraculous, the true wonder of this world. That is when, and only when, we come to it. Thank you. And this one is called Approaching Center Point, and I wrote this back in 2008. I used to suffer the highs and lows, oscillating between extremes of unexpected and unwanted conflicts and circumstances on one side, and sweet, smug contentments on the other. One side was a long, lingering agony, chilling or threatening my heart with the first stages of gangrene, while the other was a gazelle, an antelope, an impala, belonging to another continent, a fleeting, elusive beauty, a glimpsing, a beginning, a promise of healing. I was hard glued to a large blue ball bouncing between the two planets, unable to detach, first to one pole, then soon to the other. But lately, I have noticed, perhaps because of the meditations, contemplations, perhaps because of angels, God, or perhaps because of sheer exhaustion, after so many years of living in this wide-arced metronomic insanity, a downshifting, a slower rhythm has come. Fewer blacks and whites, a lovelier spectrum of grade hues. After so many years of aching for freedom, praying for peace, paying attention, that these days the darker times seem to contain smaller jars of fewer and blander annoyances, while the joyful times rest, sun-warmed, purring longer hours in my lap. Thank you.
Thank you. Why don't we have Emily come up and give us your answers to tonight's question. We post these on the Uptown Bills Facebook page, by the way, later on. And those of you watching can participate, read through, and then add a comment if you'd like to answer the question yourself.
So the question tonight was, what is your earliest memory? First one we have is, I was about 3 and a half. It was winter. My brother attached the sled to a dog, and he was pulling me when he suddenly saw another dog and started to run so fast that I fell out and fell into the snow. So we have hi-ho, silver riding, a spring-loaded horse, a plastic horse that was suspended in the air with springs. It also had a base. I was the Lone Ranger. I remember our dog Sparky. I was almost run over by a semi when I was 3. I was riding on a train somewhere. Walking across, holding with Mom's hand in a parking lot and seeing a bunch of colorful rocks. Hiding from my mom, I was unsuccessful. Pounding on the window with a rubber hammer, putting the landlady into a panic. Probably getting spanked by a parent. And the last one we have is the hot sun at the beach, the fragrance of roses and lilacs, the wind, the waves of the ocean, and getting wet and sandy, cold and hot and wild. Those were the answers for tonight.
Thank you. We have an open mic every week, and if you're interested in signing up for next week, those of you who are here, the sign-up sheet is up by the pop cooler there. For those of you watching us, you can come down and sign up anytime during the week. We encourage you to sign up in advance. There are weeks that we are full and there's no chance. So if you sign up in advance, you're sure of being able to perform. Brandon has got a couple things for us, and we'll have him come up next, and then Josiah is back. We haven't seen her since last year. Whoa. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hi. I got a couple of things here. First off, I want you to, this is a topic. So this is a poem that I wrote a while ago, and I'm gonna recite it, and I want you to guess the name of it. And it kind of gets to segue into what I'm doing. So it goes like this. Some use them for pleasure, some use them for pain. You can use them at your leisure to calm disdain. Why do we use them, this alternative to plain? Because there's no cure to subdue them. We must change the mundane. Does anybody know what that is? Anybody got an idea what the name is? Okay, well, drugs is what the name of it is, okay? Now, which brings me to this poem that I discovered just recently. It's not really mine, but it is a really good, gripping poem that I love. Can you hear me? How's this side of things? Is that better? Can you hear me? Okay. So it's called Hello, My Name is Drugs, okay? It says, I destroy homes, tear families apart. I take away your children, and that's just the start. I'm more costly than diamonds, more costly than gold. The sorrow I bring is a sight to behold. If you need me, I'm easily found. I live around you, in schools and in town. I live with the rich, I live with the poor. I live down the street or maybe next door. My power is awesome, try me, you'll see. But if you do, you may never break free. Just try me once, and I may let you go. Try me twice, and I'll own your soul. When I possess you, you'll steal and you'll lie. You'll do what you have to just to get high. The crimes you commit for my narcotic charms will be worth the pleasure you feel in your arms. You'll lie to your mother. You'll steal from your dad. And when you see their tears, you'll feel sad, but you'll forget your morals and how you were raised. I'll give you my conscience. I'll teach you my ways. I'll take kids from parents and parents from kids. I take people from God and separate friends. I'll take everything from you, your looks and your pride. But hey, I'll be with you always, right by your side. You'll give up everything, your family, your home, your friends, your money, and then you'll be alone. I'll take and I'll take till you have nothing more to give. And when I'm finished, you'll be lucky to live. If you try me, be warned, this is no game. If given the chance, I'll drive you insane. I'll ravish your body. I'll control your mind. I'll own you completely. Your soul will be mine. The nightmares you get while you're lying in bed, the visions you see from inside your head, the sweats, the shakes, the visions you'll see, I want you to know they are all gifts from me. But now it's too late. You know in your heart you are mine. Do you regret that you tried me? They always do. But you came to me, not I to you. You knew this would happen, many times you were told, but you challenged my power, and you chose to be bold. Could you live that day over? Now what would you say? I'll be your master, you'll be my slave. I'll go with you even down to the grave. Now that you met me, what will you do? Will you try me or not? It's up to you. I'll give you more misery than words can tell. Come take my hand, and I'll lead you to hell. And that's. Yeah. I tried to practice that, but I didn't get it all as well as I like to. But so this is the last one that I have here is something I wrote. My buddy told me I should write something. Things. I'm going to take this off of here though for that. There we go. And this is definitely a work in progress, so bear with me on that. But I'm going to try it here. It's a little rap I wrote. I set the tone as I flow alone, throw me a bone as I go on my own. I speak with confident ambition, putting opposition in a submission to transition into better condition, using linguistics to envision a position of mental precision. In addition, I petition for a healthy decision, proposition and admission to let go of your faults. Build structure, stand strong like a mature adult. You get one round in this physical realm. It's your ship, take a hold of the realm, because the facts are this, it's a rich man's world. Do you want some? I want it all before it's done. Being a bum ain't at all fun, so the money game I intend to run. You can't challenge my game. Slim showed the white boy could do the same, claim the fame. You can't tame the flame that lies inside me, so don't try. I got talent you can't buy, so just sigh as I excel. Past where many have tried and fell. Cause I can rap and rap well, and you can't. Listen to my rant. Can you flow? You can't. You go too slow. Speed it up and let it go. Quid pro quo. You can't do this. Ignorance ain't bliss, cause you about to miss this experience of lyrical genius. So step aside. You can't ride. Go confide in your mama. I'm getting out of this drama. Watch me and see. I'm gonna be as great can be around. It's time for me to be crowned. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A couple notes about things coming up. Saturday night, we have music, of course, every week. This week, it's Susan and Greg Dirks, local singer-songwriters, who'll be back. Emily, do you know Susan Dirks? Okay, yeah, she's retired now, but you're the last cohort that would have met her. So, also on Saturday, there will not be the old-time gospel music hour. It's been canceled for this month. They'll be back again in February. 2 weeks from tonight, we have an evening devoted to love and Valentine's called Sweetheart Serenade. And we rounded up some pretty wonderful musicians to come and play that evening. So cancel your plans, tell the pets you'll be out, and be sure to be with us that's on Thursday, February the 8th. And let's see, one other thing. We have a tribute night to Pete Seeger, the folk music icon, each year around close to the day he died. And this year it's on Saturday, February the 10th. If you're interested in performing, there's a sign-up sheet over by the door. And for those of you watching, come on down, you can sign up. Any manner of any song that you wish. You could also do, he wrote some poetry too. So you could do a poem, or you could do a song as a spoken word piece. So that's on Saturday, February 10th. All right, Josiah is coming up here. You had 2 instruments. I was worried about if you needed a music stand, but I guess you narrowed it down to the guitar.
Yeah,
I got to turn this down a little bit. There's a little bit of an echo.
it's pretty sad if you're not even good enough to play banjo at an open mic. Should I?
Would you like
I can
plug
try.
in,
I
or
don't
do you
know
want?
if it. I don't know if it works, but I can try.
Oh, well, we've got another microphone here if you wish.
Is this it? Is this the chord?
Yeah. Try it out and see.
What does it sound like out there? Too loud? A little quieter? Okay. What was your name again? Yeah, Brandon. Okay, I'm gonna piggyback off of your second thing that you said hello to. Yeah. Yep. My name is Drugs. Yeah. Just because as you were talking about, as you were saying that, it made me think of a song. And this song I wrote pretty recently. It's called "Fiddle in the Dark," and I haven't played it for anyone besides my family, so I'm a little nervous. But it's about when you're being kind of tempted by something and it pulls you in, and you're walking towards it, and you know that it's wrong, but you can't stop yourself. And we've all experienced that, something you don't want to be in, but at the same time, you don't know how to get out of it, and you do want to be in it. And so this is called "Fiddle in the Dark." I hear the firstborn crying. I hear the dogs bark. I hear the banks of the Jordan are caving in. Play that fiddle in the dark. Savior, Savior, your blessed cross is on the floor. And devil, devil, you play that fiddle in the dark. I see the waters high. I see the 12 hanging low. I see the tree where they hung the Lord. And I hear the rooster crow. Savior, Savior, your blessed cross is on my floor. And devil, devil, you play that fiddle in the dark. You play that fiddle in the dark. I feel the train roll up, and I feel myself get in. I know the way, the truth, the necromancer, all the fallen angels are dancing. I see the necromancer, all the fallen angels are dancing. I see the necromancer, all the fallen angels are dancing. Savior, Savior, your blessed cross is on my. Thank you. So this, woo, it's just. Okay. So this really is live television. So that's how I got saved. So this next song is called Old River, and it's about when you kind of come to that realization that you've been doing the same thing for so many years, and you are like, you finally realize, like, I'm stuck in the same old river, doing the same things. And I wrote this after I got back from California, and I was coming back, and I was just thinking about what I was coming back to, and it was the same house, same room, same life. And so I hope you guys can relate to this. Had a feeling on the long train home, I ain't moving, just drifting on. Thought the years were like a good red wine, make me bolder, make me old and wise. But down the old river, sliding back a ways, I can't tell whether I'm better off these days. I'll call the doctor, let him recommend something stronger. Say it's for a friend. Down the old river, sliding back a ways, I can't tell whether I'm better off these days. Tell me gently, I'm the sensitive kind. Takes a mountain just to change my mind. Down the old river, sliding back a ways, I can't tell whether I'm better off these days. Down the old river, sliding back a ways, I can't tell whether I'm better off these days. Had a feeling on the long train home, I ain't moving, just drifting on. All right. Ooh, my voice is going. First of all, I just want to thank you, Tom. You've always been so nice every time I come in. And thanks, Tom, for everything you do here and for running this open mic. That's awesome. Let's give him a round of applause. This song I'm going to play, I heard the gospel thing isn't happening. Is that right? Right. So, okay, so this can be the replacement for it. So I wrote this last spring, and it's kind of the opposite of the first song I played a little bit. But it's just going back to my gospel roots and just kind of proclaiming that that salvation that we can only attain through Jesus, eternal life. And so this is called Glory Row. And the concept is that while our bodies are on death row, each one of us is going to die. And our bodies, no one can escape that, but our soul can be on Glory Row. So I hope you enjoyed this. Carry me home in a white robe. Let 'em know when I go. Forgot the words. Oh, my soul is on Glory Road. 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 Ain't no gold, no silver, no. Ain't no place, no river road. Hey, ain't no love after rain, no, no. Oh, my soul is on Glory Road. 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 And all of the plans I made are gone. And all of the tears I cry